Looks really big on camera when there's nothing parked inside of these bays. So today we're gonna do a little shop tour, tell you guys a story about what got me right here on wanting a shop and maybe the vision that I have for this space as time moves forward. I know there's a lot of new people around here, so hey guys, how you doing? My name is Chrome and I live in a van and I got a shop. So let's go take a look around. Welcome to the shop. You guys have seen the inside of the shop tons of times on tons of videos, so let's start this on the outside. I don't think I've really ever filmed around my shop and showed you guys this space that Cruzy runs around in every time we're here. I keep him off leash, we have a gate on the property here, and he has a full run of absolutely everything. We got some grass, we got some trees. Hey, and my shop even has running water. Doesn't have a toilet though. That's okay, my van's got a toilet. See how you feel about the shop space? Hey? I bet you slept on every inch of this ground. We have all this space over here. Usually when Lauren comes, I'll pull my van right here into the trees. Lauren will pull over onto this side of it. But we have all this space around the shop. And it kind of feels nice to have a little piece of dirt, even though I live in that van full time. It's nice in the winter time to have a little space, a little place that I can work on some projects and a little place that Cruzy can run around and keep us busy when it's raining and just winter's got us down. This place has kept my spirits up all winter. Cruzy clearly eats his bones everywhere. What the heck, man? How long has that bone been sitting there? Is that a dinosaur bone? Cruzy. Yeah, it's a pretty great space. We have a dumpster out front. It's empty because the garbage truck guy just came. And believe it or not, I found this awesome place on Facebook Marketplace of all places. What got me thinking that I really wanted a shop space was all the years that I lived in my van before I got the shop, and all the times that I sat there on the side of a road somewhere or way out in the backcountry, my van was completely ripped apart into pieces and I'm fixing broken things, or I've got, putting in a new floor, or all the crazy things that I've done in parking lots and places. Every one of those times, I was sitting there thinking, man, if I just had a shop space, even if it was, FedEx is here. I don't think that's for me. Nope, that package wasn't for me. It was for the owners. A lot of the delivery people that have been coming here have been really good to know that everything Chrome comes to the shop, everything otherwise goes up to the house. I was a new FedEx delivery driver, the usual girl, I think her name is Lisa. That wasn't her. And Cruzy was disappointed because Cruzy gets lots of love from her. Sorry, Cruzy. No packages for me, no love for you. Where was I? Oh yeah, probably telling you the reasons why I love having a shop. It's the beer fridge. Anyway, back to my story. So the truth is, as a vehicle dweller, you're gonna have times in your home where you need to take everything out of your home, sprawl it all out somewhere just to repair something that broke with your bed or a cabinet or something like that, where you can't move things around inside of your little baby 60, 70 square feet that you live in to do those repairs. Sometimes you need to gut your vehicle. And I used to do that in parks or parking lots somewhere. And for me, I'm not that person that feels okay with that, feels okay with throwing my mattress out on the ground and all my boxes and everything that was under my bed and my clothes just heaped over in a public space, making me feel like I'm homeless. When I'm not homeless, I have a home, it's just got a steering wheel in it. But there was in those scenarios where I wished I had a space of my own that I could go to and do those things. Because sometimes it's nice just to empty your vehicle, and there's gonna come a time, and 10 times and 100 times during a van life journey where you're gonna need to do something like that. Whether it's a full-blown cleanup, or you have a mouse problem, or something broke, or you have a water leak, or whatever it is. That's what got me thinking I want a space of my own. And I wouldn't have thought this way if I didn't make British Columbia's West Coast my home base for the winter. It's because I come back here to this very location every single winter that made me go, this is an ideal place for a shop. I'm here anyway. I mean, who knows how long I'm going to be in the shop? Maybe another 10 years before I decide I don't want a shop space anymore. I'm not really sure. But that's what got me right here, with all the time and frustration I had with not having a space. Did I envision what you guys see? No, my shop went crazy. First thinking shop space, I was thinking nice big open room to put a couple of vehicles in, maybe a rack to throw some stuff, a tool chest with some tools, and a beer fridge and a freezer for cruisies, treats, and raw dog food. And well, that's all I really envisioned. And then once I got in this space, this just started to go like absolute mad, and the vision got huge. So slowly, over the last year and a half, we have built this incredible space. Now let's go take a look around at some of the crazy things I have in here. First thing I haven't used is this contour sanding thing from Eastwood. I am stoked on this thing. It's gonna make doing the bodywork and stuff on the ambulance just nice and easy. Plus, when you're sanding that big, huge bit, sands over a wider area. So, I'm so excited. Look at that. Look at that wire wheel there. Scratch your back with that bad boy. I tried to organize the shop as best I could so things didn't look so cluttered. So everything is kind of rowed up. We have an air compressor here. The shop originally came with this air compressor line, and it's actually split on the line. So one of these days I got to pull that down, wind this new hose into that, and we'll be back into business. But yeah, this corner just has stuff for the air compressors, some air compressor tools, some stands, and these cool things I bought. A stand, so if I'm putting up a roof by myself, say in the ambulance, and I don't have multiple hands to hold it up, I've got 4 of these, so I can just jack them up and they'll hold up boards above my head so I can work alone, which is a beautiful thing. And I built this rack here for any spray paint or any materials like that I need. Over here, we got wrapped plastic. So if we need to mask off and make a paint booth or anything like that, we got a couple boxes of plastic. I just bought a bigger box the other day because once I come back from my trip, the fiberglass work gets started. And what I want to do is actually tape off an entire booth here. Put a bunch of fans on the bottom of the door with some filters. So over here, I've got some box fans I got from Amazon and a pile of filters. So these filters here will go on the box fans so we can get all the particles and stuff out of the air. But my plan is to build a fully enclosed booth over here. So if I'm sanding and stuff, doing any fiberglass work on this big old ambulance, dust doesn't get all over the shop. We'll kind of contain it in one small little area. I tried to reduce the clutter, but so what I plan on doing here is this is all my scrap wood. I would love one day, and I already bought the plywood and stuff for it there, as I want to build a rolling wood cart, a cart that we can move around, grab wood off it if we need to, places to keep wood, but also to clean up this clutter of a mess of wood, because you move a board and more things start falling down. It's pretty much got piles of just about everything there, but that's the plan there, is to build a rolling wood cart. Something I recently built, I didn't film any of this one, is I built this shelf here with some cutouts on it so I could hang some of my squirty bottles. So if I ever needed to grab a quick squirty bottle, they're here. So there's 6 holes in each of them. Fun stuff. And up there is a row of the Jackery batteries that I do have. I have some more over there too as well. But this shop would not be a thing if it wasn't for the companies that sponsor my channel. And that's the truth. Speaking of sponsors, today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark is an online VPN service that encrypts everything you do on the internet, so while you're out there traveling, all your personal information will be safe. So when you log online, it goes through Surfshark before it sends you out there, and the hackers can't get through Surfshark to get back to you. I don't know what goes on in Surfshark. Maybe that's where the sharks eat the hackers, I'm not sure. But it allows you to be out there just a little bit safer. And if you've ever had that screen pop up, hey, you can't watch that video in this country, well, if you log in through a VPN with another country, you can watch all that stuff. And that same thing works with Netflix. You can log in from a different country and just for fun, see what kind of movies are available there, because they show different things in different countries. Kind of fun. Anyway, Surfshark's offering you guys an exclusive offer and 3 months free if you use my promo code Vancity Vanlife. I'll leave the links down below. Anyway, let's dive into these cabinets. I know you guys are dying to see what's inside of all these things. This one here just contains a bunch of the tools that I had purchased that came in cases. I left them in the cases. This one here is just some bodywork stuff, like some hammers and some dollies. This is my Bosch router. My Diablo hole cutters and things. Just anything that came with a case went into this cabinet. This is something I purchased a little while ago, knowing that we were going to do some small amount of paint work. I picked this up from Eastwood, and I'm excited to get a bunch of paint on it. Heck yes. But any tool that came in a case, a nice case, I kept it that way. And down here we got welding blankets. I originally bought one welding blanket and I realized it was too small and wasn't enough, so we went to Princess Auto here in Canada, which is, I guess Harbor Freight would be your closest in the US to match what our Princess Auto is. Picked up some more of those. And up here, same thing, some Makita palm sanders. I wrote on every bag too, so I kind of knew what everything was. This one here is the oscillating tool and a charger. Inside of here is a pile of paint. So when I was planning out a bunch of paint projects, I went on to Eastwood, picked up everything that I was gonna need. So here has got some rows of some Eastwood paint. So when it comes to painting the new frame and things like that in the ambulance, I'm ready to go. I think this one here is just a clutter mess. This has got a bunch of my Craig jigs and things like that from Craig. Like I bought the drawer jig, and this trolley here is a multi-use trolley. So my plan with this one here is to kit this trolley out with, oh, Cruzy, there's another ball here, buddy. Cruzy, look what I found, bro. He's got a lot of balls, let me tell you. So this one here we use for setting up for Lauren when he's here. We put all the tools on here for Lauren. That way he can roll it over to wherever he wants. But that was the point of having the cart, was if I'm ever doing body work, I can fill this up with all the bodywork supplies I'm gonna need, and then I can just move this over to the project that I'm working on and have everything right here with me. This station here I built for doing anything dirty and grimy and metalwork stuff, to where my grinder and stuff is located here, and usually metal shavings get thrown everywhere. So this is what would be my dirty section. I got a metal bender too, so if I ever need to bend any sheet metal and stuff, I won't be able to bend it in this position here. If I do any bending, this bench will have to be moved out. But the amount of times that this will get used, it'd be pretty minimal. So to move a bench once in a while is really honestly no big deal. Down there is a couple of vacuums. And I know you guys see all these boxes over here, and you guys are wondering, what the heck is in that wall of boxes? How much stuff do you have, Chrome? Honestly, those boxes are empty right now. Every one of these are completely empty. That row, that that row, and that row totally empty. Because we're gonna start fulfilling merchandise here at the shop, I need a space to put all the merch, so to keep them as storage. So yeah, this will be like small, mediums, large, extra large, and then the next shirt, and then the next shirt. So this whole entire wall will be our shirt fulfillment department. Something I thought I would never ever do, but because of having a space like this shop here is allowing me to now start taking merchandise into my own hands. That stuff's all coming soon, and I'm excited about the prints. I'm taking you guys along with me to the print company when they're being printed, so we all get to see the whole process, and I'm pretty stoked. But that, I'm getting stuck for words. That's what this section is all about, is all for merchandise fulfillment. I know people are like, oh my gosh, these things are all full of stuff. No, they're all empty. And even as for boxes, down here is a box of Emily's stuff. Jeffy Bear, when he was around here, he used to have a box. This one's extension cords. That one's Jackery power parts. This one's personal. This one actually has my boot, just in case I hurt my foot again, and just a few little personal things like some watches and stuff I have that I don't wear anymore. That's in that box. Down here, nothing. Old ambulance parts, and that's van toys. So in here is a bunch of things that I want to do on my van at some point. All the power tools we have in the shop are by Rigid. So we have a Rigid table saw. Everything in here for my large impacts and everything else, these are all Rigid. We tried to organize everything as best I could. Things kind of get cluttered sometimes. But in here is everything electrical. So if I need any kind of an electrical piece or part, it's contained all in here. Everything's ready to go. So if I ever need to make any wires or anything like that, all those parts are right there. Charging station over here for all of my Rigid batteries. These things can all be taken off right now because they're all full. Let's reload this bad boy back up. When Lauren first spent some time in the shop, he kept asking me if I had little clamps and things like this. And I always had to make parts runs to pick stuff up. So I went and bought this little kit here for the wall. Now we've got all the clamps we need. No more making that 45-minute round trip drive to go back to a shop to go grab one silly thing if we need it. Now the shop's got stock. And that was my thought process when it came to everything. So inside of here is my bodywork cabinet. So everything we need for sanding paper, instead of buying one pack of sandpaper, why not buy 4? That way, when you run out of this one, you don't got a week to wait for another one if the local store doesn't have the exact ones you're looking for in stock. So I did that with everything. I bought extra tape, extra sandpaper, lots of extra gloves, lots of extra suits if I'm ever doing anything dirty, extra like boxes of things. Like I got extra cartridges for the masks and big things of earplugs and stuff. That way we've got stock at the shop and we don't got to wait for a long time on the island. And this is where both my masks are, both my cartridge mask and my dust mask as well. But because we're on an island, sometimes you got to wait for stuff. Like you go down like, hey man, we're out of stock. We'll have some more in 2 weeks. You might as well just keep it while you've got it on hand. Yeah, in here in this cabinet here is all the main tools that we would use. And as you go down, same thing. I try to keep my drawers as organized as I can. My screwdriver drawer. What a mess. And I think this drawer here is, these drawers are clean. It's this one that's the mess. Yeah, what a gong show. I thought it was awesome that when I built this table system, I took one of the Husky tool chests and I built it into the actual table itself. It's one of these tool chests. And it actually worked out really, really well having it there. All of these tables are all on wheels, so if we ever need to move anything, we can. The wheels are locked on this one, but all the stuff is movable. These ones here too, all the wheels are locked, but you can move all these tables if we need to move them around and make a bit more space. Yeah, that's just a tool chest back there. Underneath here, these are both empty because those spots belong to Mr. Cruzy Bear. He usually hangs out in either one of those holes if he's not sleeping outside somewhere. And if anybody's wondering why you never see me sitting on that couch, it's because that's not my couch. That couch belongs to Sir Cruzy, and he makes a mess on there all day long. The reason why I built this is Cruzy's corner. No kidding. I built this little corner just for him. Because we live in a van full of Cruzy's, they're gonna be so cute out there. Just sprawled out on the driveway. Hey, bro. You, at least you're not sleeping on the road, bro. Lazy boy. Because me and Cruzy live in this van full time. My home's nice and clean today too, by the way. Look at that. I made my bed and everything. Because me and the dog live in this van full time, and he has only known van life. He went from the picking him up from the breeder right into the van, so he never really knew home life. So every time we went somewhere to a friend's house and they had a couch, Cruzy would flip his freaking lid, jumping from the couch to the chair to the couch to the chair. He loved furniture. So I bought him a couch, and he is happier than a pig in you know what. Because, come on, man. My bulldog is his own couch. This area over here that's always covered in all my videos is my DJ gear. I have a little bit of a DJ setup over here, so if I ever want to kind of play around and escape the world, that's what this is. I keep it covered just to keep all the dust and things off of it, but that's this is my personal little space. The opposite side of the shop is, well, the kitchen space, and a part of my fun zone is in that cabinet right there. This is a kitchen space. So in the shop, all I use for a kitchen is the same thing I use in my van. It's just a Coleman stove with a propane tank and stuff here. My bathroom in the shop is right there. Yep, my bottle is my bathroom, and my toilet is a luggable loo toilet. That's how I use the washroom in the shop, because my shop has no drainage, no indoor water, no shower, no bathroom. It's that and that. It never bothered me. Like when I was looking around for a shop space and I found this one and it had no drainage, no bathroom, no nothing, it didn't bug me because I have a bathroom in my van. So I'm like, well, I can just go pee in number 2 in my van if I want to. I don't really need that out of a shop space. So because of not having luxuries like that, my shop space is super affordable. So, you know, I'm not paying like, you know, $1,500 a month for rent in this place. It also doesn't have things like that, like, you know, a bathroom. It's a pee bottle and a bucket. Welcome to van life. Yeah, most people in this scenario they couldn't pull it off. The average person who doesn't use a bottle and a bucket on an everyday living probably wouldn't use a shop space like I do here without having the necessity of a bathroom. The bathroom for me, not really a necessity. It's that van life gritty part of me, you know? Anyway, back to the kitchen. So kitchen space is a beer fridge, a camp stove. In here is just like kitchen utensil stuff. I have this stuff here because if I'm in the shop hungry, I don't always want to go out to my van. So I bought a set of pans and keep some oils and some basic stuff here at the shop. And then my beer fridge, which literally just contains some condiments and some beer. Over here is a freezer, which is full of Cruzy's stuff. Literally the whole freezer is all Cruzy's food, because he eats raw food, so he needs a freezer. And that's been fun while I'm out here in the winter times to allow me to kind of like stock food for Cruz. And then in the winters, I just stock my van from Cruz's supply here. In this corner of the shop is just like ladders and my scrap metal corner. So all my little pieces of sheet metal and stuff like that all get thrown over there. But yeah, guys, oh yeah, and my sign outside. So every time I get deliveries, that goes out there so the delivery trucks don't drive by my shop. That way all my deliveries come here without bothering everybody up at the house. And on this wall back here, there is a pile of license plates that were sent to me from you guys. And we got lots of them. They go all the way down to the floor, all the way up there. They run along the back of the door there. There's double rows behind the door. You can't see it when the doors are open. There's some really cool ones over here. Look at that, New Mexico. Yeah, when I first got the shop, I put out the idea that I wanted to put a license plate wall up there, and we got pounded with emails from you guys saying, Chrome, let us send you some. So those plates up there have their names on the back from all the subscribers that sent them in. Some of them have the notes attached to the back if they wrote a note for it. So that's a kind of like a wall of really important memories that were shared to me from you guys. And some of those have stories that this was my grandfather's plate, and he used to have a farm in Pennsylvania, and this was the farm plate that was on his vehicle, and it means a lot. So you now have one plate, and that person kept the other one. So that wall actually means a lot to me. But that also means if I ever leave this shop or he ever kicks me out, that there's going to be a pile of holes in the walls. Sorry, Mark. When I first got here, the walls were just like that. It never had any of the wood paneling. I did that all myself, along with Jeffy Bear. Thank you so much, sir. And we got the back wall painted through the giant logo and stuff like that up there. But over the years, I've turned this place into my creative heaven. Haven? Is it haven or heaven? Did you guys hear that the van wasn't going beep, 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 beep when it backed up? That van used to have one of those backup little annoying beeper thingies. I chopped it right out. I couldn't handle it. Got the shop early one morning, and I know people around here are sleeping. The diesels are loud enough already, and I was pulling the vehicle around the shop, and I was backing it in. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know if they're awake up at the house up there or not, and the van's going beep, 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 and right away I'm like, that's it. Grab the cutters, went underneath, and snip, snip, no more beeping. I didn't get as much done on the ambulance over this past winter as I was hoping, but the projects that I did do were very expensive projects. So we took care of the engine, got that stuff all said and done, and what a satisfying feeling that was to see it lime green, all new parts on the outside, and just beautiful getting slid back in here. Super satisfying. Lauren, my brother, thank you for all your time and love you've spent over here at the shop. So amazing. And we got the inside floor done. We got the seats and stuff upholstered. So all in all, I feel satisfied with the progress that I made on the ambulance. Even though my big brain was like, I want this thing painted, lifted, the whole little bit before I even leave on this trip. Apparently my brain's vision doesn't have a connection to my bank account. So stuff like that just is not... We'll just leave it at that. But when I come back from my travels this next winter, first thing we're doing is fiberglassing those windows, fixing up the fiberglass on the body, and then body work, and get this thing into primer, new rims, new tires, front and back bumpers, and at least get that far this coming winter. Obviously, finance is pending for sure. Where are you at, Cruzy? He doesn't really ever go far. Hey? You enjoying the little property here, buddy? I found this winter that I spent a fair amount of time here at the shop. And not every day I spent here was working on the ambulance or working on my van. I came here some days just to pull up beside the shop to edit a video. It's quiet, it's got a gate, it locks me in here, and I just feel like uninterrupted, where sometimes being that I'm on YouTube, sometimes when I'm in town, you always got that feeling like, is somebody gonna knock on my van and say, hey Chrome, are you in there? Where coming here gives me that little piece of privacy, which is such a beautiful thing. And today, I wasn't at the shop here today to do any work on the ambulance or to do any work on my van. I was just here at the shop today for one reason. I just wanted to hang out. Really, guys, I wanted to hang out and tidy up things here a little bit. And we do that sometimes in here. This is my cozy little man cave, and I love having this space in my life. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of partial. There's a fly in here. Kind of partial little baby shop tour video. Kind of just more of a babble. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out. I'm probably going to go pour this warm beer out. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. That tastes like piss. Speaking of that, see you guys soon. Oh yeah, pee time, baby, pee time.